it's Deltia from DeltiasGaming.com, here to bring you a quick video on Wykked's Outfitter, which allows you to basically seamlessly go from build to build to build. Now, why is this important? If you're like me, I want to try to get Emperor on the North American server, and I have a bunch of different gear setups for different things, and gear and or skills. So let me show you what I'm talking about. For instance, there's two things you can do with the Wykked's Outfitter. You got here on the left, it pops up this little box right here, which defaults kind of by your inventory. Then also you have this skill section right here. Also pops up by your skill bar. So for me, what I'm trying to do as an Emperor is try to basically have a standard first bar, which is my sword and shield Dragonknight bar, you know, this typical Dragonknight build, invasion, talons, whips, that type of thing. My back bar is really my utility bar. So I have a bow on right now that's specifically designed to set up to defend a keep. So with this, I have the siege bubble, I have camouflage hunter, molten weapons, and then boom, I am ready to defend. This can shoot out to 45 meters. So when the keep defense gets done, what do I want to do? Instead of actually just going through and swapping out every single inventory item, I can macro it to click one button. Boom. All my gear back. Now look at me. I'm in my normal, pretty much healer bubble setup. That's Wykd Outfitter. That's how awesome it is. Now I want to show you how to do it so you too can use this. It doesn't have to be for PvP. It can be for PvE. It can be for dinking around, picking flowers. I don't know. But in my Emperor preparation, this is really come in handy. So let's do it. Okay, so for my normal gear setup, tanking, PvP, this is kind of what I'm using. Blood spawns, light armor, that sort of thing. I want to set up a macro so I can go from basically a healer kind of bubble build on my back bar to a full destruction staff of build. So let's just kind of do it. This is how I do it step by step by step. Okay, you can either start with inventory first or you can start with skills. Doesn't matter. Let's go with the inventory. So for me, first things first, always keep it at the same back bar. Now you can do both bars, but it gets more complicated. So I like to keep one bar the same, which is my number one slot, sword and shield. My back bar is the one that I want to change a lot. So right now I have healing staff with a thorn. We're going to get a good old fire staff on here. And inventory, we're going to go with the Warlock set instead of the Arena for crowd control breaking. We're also going to go with the Scoria set for extra fire damage proccing, extra dot damage proccing these huge massive meteors. So I'm going to go throw a Warlock on, and then I got Warlock boots, I got a Warlock chest somewhere. Where'd you go? Warlock chest, where'd you go? I didn't get you out of the bank, so we'll go make our way to the bank. While we're doing that, I'm going to look over things. So this two-piece set's working. Arena, Wad Warlock. The jewels are wrong. So make sure you check that. Warlock. So I'm on 4 pieces. Okay, we're looking good. So far we just need that chest. Once we get that saved, we're going to save it as a certain name, whether it's Meteor DPS Bar 2, or that doesn't really matter what you save it as, but you have to save it. So I go to bank. I forgot my inventory item here. Okay. So we'll go back in a little corner here like creepers. So now you can see I went from the blood spawn setup, and I have tons of gear. Don't ask me why. We'll get to that later. I even have a gear set that I'm going to use for when I'm traveling, so if I get jumped I can easily survive. So I'm going to go to crazy lengths to get Emperor here. So right now I got the 2-piece Scoria, that's working. I got the Warlock set working. Then I have a couple other pieces, 3 pieces of Arena 2, and that way if I go to Sword and Shield I could even put the Arena set here on my Sword and Shield and have the Arena set working on bar 1. So I could double bar it, but I don't want to make it too complicated. So realistically, that's good. I really want the magic flood. I want the Scoria work. So now we have it a good setup. What we do is go to Wykked's Outfitter right by our equipment and save it as something. So we're going to hit the plus sign. We're going to save it as Nukem. I put 2, just indicating which bar I saved. I changed stuff on. So Nukem 2, click Save. So you want to click Save with the items that you want on there. So just to show you how to manually do this, now that we have Nukem Save, we can go back to our normal tank Emperor gear. Hit Equip. Without moving anything, boom. fires everything back on. So now we have our arena gear, my CC breaking gear, we have our Blood Swan set, everything is good to go. We want to go a little further, go back to our Nukem setup. Boom, Warlock's ready. So now we're going to take it one step further. Now we're going to get the skills to match up. So right now I have a Destruction Staff on, so you see that the Healing Springs won't even light up. So we're going to go crazy DPS here. We're going to go good old Elemental Ring and Derpy Derp Elemental Blockade. Everything's going to die. And then we're going to keep those other skills the same. So that's on bar 2. It's really important you leave bar 1 alone. It just makes things a lot easier, though you can do it both bars. So as you see my Wykked's Outfitter here, I have tons of stuff saved. Dueling setups, I have keep defense, bar 2, PvP, serpent back bar, that's for trials, just tons of stuff. That's okay. So we're going to hit nuke 2. And I'm going to type distro, just so I know which weapon it is. Then you need to hit save right now. Okay, so just to show you how this works, there's a reason I put 2 there, so let's go to that keep bow defense. Swaps to that, doesn't swap my inventory, right? Swaps to this. We're good to go. So the last part is making sure that they're all bound together. So when you click one button, they go all together. So it goes skills and inventory. This is the kind of tricky part. The first thing you need to do, if you're new to this and you haven't got this set up, I guess I should have said that earlier, is download the Wykked's Outfitter one. Awesome add-on. Wykked's a great add-on contributor to Elder Scrolls Online. Once you got it downloaded, you hit Controls, Keybinds, and you scroll down depending on how many add-ons you have. I got tons of stuff, so it just might show up different places for different people. There's full immersion. Nope, we don't want that one. We want Wykked's macro window. And so for me, what I do is I hit the numpad, whatever, I don't even know what it's called, slash or something. I'm going to set up these two because I'm going to use a lot of macros. So I'm just going to numpad these so I don't use that for anything else. So I got that set. You can set it to whatever you want. I don't know, Alt F6 or something if you want it. So you hit that. Now you notice what pops up is our little key here. You can place it wherever you want. For the sake of this video, we'll place it where some light is. So you notice I have things. Now 1 and 2, it goes left to right. So this is 1, this is 2 hypothetically. So on my keyboard it would be numpad 1, numpad 2, numpad 3, so on, right? So this is my default setup. I like my number 1 key to be my default setup. So if anything gets in doubt, I can just, boom, hit that numpad 1, I go back to default. If I want to get tricky, then I go to 2. So that's my bow setup. So when I'm defending a keep, go back to my second bar, swap it, boom, it swaps all my gear, it swaps my skills, I'm ready to go. So for us, we wanted to get that destruction stuff set up, right? Right click, pops up here, edit macro. So first we want to name it, so nuke. And then there's 2 little boxes here that you can check. So I'm going to click gear. So this goes back to that thing that we did earlier. It goes here. Keep D2. Nope, we don't want a bow. We want Nukem. So click the set button. Notice it hits it right there. Go to skills. We want to make sure we're on the correct bar when we save this. We are. So it's destruction. What did we save it? And it usually goes in alphabetical order, so it's not going to save top to bottom. Nuke 2 destruction. Okay, got it. No emote. We don't want to save an emote, though you could like do some funny dance, I guess. And then we're going to hit set. So it reloads UI. Now it's not going to reload UI every time you do it, just once. So don't think you're going to be in the middle of combat doing this. Here we go. So now we got it saved. So let's see if it works actually. So let's just go crazy. Let's go ham here. Oh my god, look at our build. It's all screwed up now. What do? I'm going to panic. I'm going to die in PvP. Ah, I can't hit the right buttons. Oh my god. I'm going to equip random crap. Cannot equip in that slot. Did I click the wrong thing? So let's just click stuff. You go there. You go there. You go there. You go there. Yeah, let's get that shoulder on. All screwed up, right? All screwed up with gear. So we saved it. Let's just check. Numpad 3. Boom, kids. We are back in black, ready to go. Then we go to our standing lock and block setup. 1. Sets it up. Now let's check just to make sure that I did it correctly. So let's hit 3 again. Watch my staff change. Okay, so we know it did the staff. Here that clicks, now we're done. So we go in here, Warlock's working, Scoria's working, got my destruction staff. Let's go back to 1, make sure that's working. Healing staff's up, arena set's good, my jewelry's right. That's how you do it in between. So get really fast macros to set it up. So I have 3 set now. You need a default or control. You need a second one, what you want to swap to. For me, I leave the first bar alone. The second bar I do just this. Otherwise, you're going to have to keep swapping back and forth to get it fully work. I found that it has bug problems when you kind of swap back and forth. Maybe you, the community, can tell me how you do it differently. But for me, that works the best. So now, what I can do is basically set up 9 or more keys. You could set up indefinitely, really, to basically swap into builds. And that way I have tons of gear. Now, you're limited by the amount of gear space you have. I have 113. I have a really fast horse. But even with that, I can do 3 or 4 setup, and I have still tons of siege for PvP. So it's really advantageous to take the time to get this done, whether you're going through the Emperor or not. I hope this helps a lot. Feel free to ask me questions. I know this is complicated, but trust me, it will set things up and it'll give you a lot of success down the road. You're PvEing and you want to tank Serpent. Now you're back to DPS. 1 button, you're ready to go. You want to, go pick flowers and have a cool outfit on. 1 button to go. That's the power of this. Wykkd, thank you. Thank you, community. I am going for AMP in a couple days. Here we go. Wish me luck. Thanks for watching. Check out my site, Deltia's Gaming, or stop by on Twitch and feel free to come chime in on this content and watch me stream. That's twitch.tv Deltia's Gaming. Thanks, gang.